Finished recording a full meditation guide. I had a lot of people ask me about it, and I did a full meditation guide on Anapana meditation and Vipassana meditation. But I also had one person ask me how my experience was at Vipassana this time. So I went a second time this time. I just finished January 8th of 2017, and it was absolutely amazing experience. A lot easier this time for me to do it. So I'll give you my main takeaways, but before I do, I want to make sure that you understand that even though in this video you might learn something or you might gain new information, it won't actually help you, because when it comes to Vipassana meditation, you have to actually experience it to see how it benefits you in your life. Because again, everybody has had their experiences, everybody has had their past, everybody has their what they're going through right now. So everyone will have a different experience. Not to mention, there's two things that they talk about in Vipassana, which is intellectualizing things and actually feeling things on an experiential level. And what you'll notice is when you try to intellectualize things, like, yeah, sure, everyone knows that you should be a better person. Everyone knows that you shouldn't get angry. Everyone knows that you shouldn't feel sad. But when it comes down to it, when those moments come, those experiences come, those emotions come. So Vipassana helps you remain balanced with that, and you actually have to experience the meditation. So I'll actually leave a link down below of how you can sign up for that course. I highly, highly recommend it. Like, I'm not making any money from them. I'm not, it's a charity actually. But it's one of those things that absolutely changed my life when I did it. And I know for a fact that if you finish it, it will change your life as well. So the biggest takeaways that I had this time going were actually two takeaways. The first one being that everything is constantly changing, so there's no point for me to feel certain emotions that are actually three things, but we'll start with the first one. The first one is that I don't need to react to certain situations with craving and with addiction and trying to get it, or by trying to push it away and resisting things. Because, and what you'll notice while you're there is you'll start to notice that everything changes. Like, the entire 10 days that I did it, in the first few days, I was like, fuck, like, second day, I have 8 more to left, like 8 more days to go, like, that's a lot of fucking days. But once I got to the 10th day, I looked back on it, I was like, man, that went by really fast. Like, it literally felt like I was here yesterday, and now I'm at the 10th day. So that kind of gave me the reference that, like, things change, and they change really fucking fast. So you don't have to react to certain things. Even right now, it may seem like it's bad. In the future, it won't be, because 30 minutes from now, or 2 hours from now, or a year from now, whatever the time may be, it's not gonna matter. And at the end of the day, like, we all fucking die. So why create misery for yourself if at the end of the day, nothing's, your life is gonna vanish? While you're here, you might as well experience true peace, true happiness. So that was the first thing. The second thing I also found out was that you can seriously never judge a book by its cover. And the reason why is because there was a lot of people at the Vipassana, and I noticed that I would look at a certain person, because for 9 days you're silent, for 9 days you don't talk. I would look at a certain person and I would be like, huh, that person is probably like that, he probably talks like that, he probably does this. And on the 10th day, when you get to talk to everyone, every single person, every judgment that I had to every single person was complete opposite of what I thought they would be. And it just blew my fucking mind, because I was like, huh, this is like really interesting. Like, this person that I judged and I thought that this was their image turned out to be completely this. And we tend to do this even with life. Like, what it seems like is happening in front of us, it's like, oh shit, my life sucks, this thing is happening. It may have a deeper meaning behind it, and it may not seem like what it actually seems. There may be a deeper thing that is happening to you that is teaching you a life lesson. So you can't judge it based on the surface level of things. You have to look for the deeper reasoning and meaning. And so that was really interesting for me to learn this time around, and it really, really went deep in my brain. And then the third thing I learned that I totally forgot as I was talking about the two other things. But the third thing I learned, I'm trying to think of what it was. Oh yeah, the third thing I learned is that the only thing that matters, and I know this is like something that a lot of people talk about in the, you know, people who've read Eckhart Tolle and they're getting into meditation and all these different things, but the only thing that actually matters is the present. You can only control what is happening to you in the present. So even if someone's like cutting your leg off, and I'm not saying don't react to this, but if someone's cutting, I'm using it as an exaggerated example, but if someone's cutting your leg off, you can't control that in the present, but what you can control is your thoughts. What you can control is how you feel. That's what I realized is like, you can't dwell on the past because that's something that's already happened. You can't control that. You can't even control how you feel about that in the past, and same with the future, but what you can control in the present is how you feel and how you think. So that was something that I experienced. That was something not that I just thought about, that I intellectualized. It's easy to intellectualize these things, but that's something that I experienced. So those were the three main things that I got from it this time around, and I also realized a lot about myself. You just come out of the Vipassana meditation just feeling like a completely different person. You have a lot more love, you feel a lot more vulnerable, you're a lot more open to people, you're a lot more kind. You feel a lot more peace and joy. You're a lot more equanimous and balanced and grounded and centered. And so it's one of the best things that you can ever do, especially if you're trying to follow your own purpose. This is one of those things that if you do it enough and you really self-reflect on yourself while you're there, you'll start to figure out what you want to do with your life. So what you realize is, yeah, it massively helps you. So I'm going to leave a link down below. You can go and sign up for it. It's absolutely free for the 10 days that you're actually there. They give you food, they give you a place to stay. Yeah, and no worries, you're my best friend. So yeah, they give you a place to stay, they give you, you know, free food, and all you got to do is actually just stay there for the 10 days. And at the end, if you want to donate, you can donate. You can also give your services, whatever you want to do. You can help out. But yeah, it's absolutely free. So I hope that you actually take that into consideration and you sign up for it. I really, really wish you to do this. It's an amazing experience. So I hope you enjoy that video, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.
Big old dreams in real life. Crown king and his beautiful wife. We don't like to sit on our throne, no.